right, so got everything out of the box, and you can see the circuit board's better here. Everything looks okay. I noticed some of the capacitors are missing their wrapper, but I don't know if that'll cause any issues. I was wrong about the heat sinks because you can see them both here, but what I noticed is this heat sink, the rivet is broken, so I'll have to fix that. Also noticed that the screws, and you can see on the back, I don't know, someone's replaced them at some point. I don't even know if these are supposed to be screwed or if they're supposed to be riveted. Need to do a little research there. I got the last oscillator board. It looks like whoever owned this sent it back in. And you know, the latest Rev Moog oscillator board, so it should be nice and in tune. Everything looks okay. It has newer trim pots on it. I don't know if that's how those came or if they came with wire trim pots, the last Revs. Howdy y'all, I hate to pander, but if you're enjoying this video, if you could just take 1 second to like it and then subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. I'm not making any money off of these. This is just a hobby for me, and restoring a Minimoog isn't the most mainstream of things to watch, but the more likes and the more subscribes I get, the higher these videos will rank and the larger my audience will be. And I would like to see as many people as possible get to watch these. So again, if you're enjoying this, just do me one favor, like this video, subscribe to my channel. We'll continue to keep publishing more and more of these videos as I continue to restore my Minimoog. So a subscription will actually help you stay up to date and see the latest things that I'm pushing out. All right, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest. The keyboard has some broken keys. I noticed some of the black keys have split up here. It's really dirty. I did some tests, and you can actually see the difference in color on the actual key bars here. It's filthy. I mean, you can see in there, there's all sorts of things. These are totally gone. So I ordered some new grommets. Luckily, the bell crank caps were at least all there, I think. We'll see. The key surfaces. So here's one that I actually rubbed with some chrome polish, and it, you know, you can see some swirls in there, but it looks a little better. There's this paint on everything. I'm not sure what that is, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to scrape that off. Here's the back. Here's the backing of the Moog. It is totally roached. I mean, I think it's unsalvageable. So what I think I'm gonna do is get some maple plywood and make a new one. This wasn't the heatsink, like I said. This is actually the kickstand, and it looks like something chewed it up pretty bad, so I'm gonna have to hammer that out. I did a little test cleaning on here with some acetone, and looks okay. It's still a little yellow. I don't know if they had some sort of spray clear coat on this that has yellowed, so I might try to paint strip it and see what happens. Just a little test spot. Here's the case back. Someone taped a light filter from Stage on there, which is, I guess, kind of cool. I guess when they got it upgraded, Moog actually installed a little guide, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna try to salvage that. You know, on the top, it's all scratched and everything. I'm gonna try to clean it up. Also, it's missing some of these grommets, so I ordered, I can't find the originals, so I ordered these clear rubber ones, which I will actually tried to install here, and it looks fine, so I'm gonna replace these and save the originals. I had a bunch of loose parts in the box. This thing was cling filmed together, so a lot of just random parts. I tried to label them, like this is control panel screws to case, I think. I don't know what some of these are. I know this is the LHC base. I don't know what a lot of this other stuff is. I got the key face screws from the test keys I took off. I took one knob off, it's Bakelite, and I tried to clean it with chrome polish. Didn't work super great. Keyboard springs, and then the bell crank cups, caps, or whatever you call them. I have 2 in here, and I think I found one in the box in here somewhere that, yeah, you can kind of see it right there. So who knows where that came from. All right, the LHC, so you got one new ribbed wheel that looks older than the original poly wheel. This is the one that's kind of round, has rounded edges. The LHC looks okay underneath the clear plastic protective coating. These switches are really gross looking. I'm gonna try to clean those. I got some Retro Bright. I don't know if I can get these out. Maybe I'll sand them. Maybe I'll just clean them and leave it. I'm not sure. All the washers are rusted. I got all new stuff. I got new LHC hardware, and then I ordered a custom-made LHC case that's all been silk screened, so it should look a lot nicer, and then I'll save this for if I sell it in the future. Here's a power cord. I mean, clearly that's the original. I was actually surprised. The original on the 1974s, maybe I'm wrong if this isn't, but if this is, it looks like a lamp power cord, and it's just completely fallen apart. So I got a new power cord. Before we get into the case here, let's look at the wood. You know, it looks all right. It's split here. It's split here. It's split here. Some new screw holes, which is interesting. I found that this is broken out, but it fits, so I should be able to glue it back in, as you can see. And then, you know, inside it's just filthy. I just wiped that with my finger. I think this was stored outside. The brackets all look okay on the corners. There's some that are actually underneath here. And then as you get onto the corners, you can kind of see a lot of cracking. This is the actually older case, the thinner edges, which are more prone to cracking and breaking, that they had pre-74 into a little bit into 74, and this, apparently mine had that. The thinner sides, and then had some cracking. So I'm gonna take all of this apart. I'm gonna strip everything with paint stripper and use a scraper to get all the, I guess it's poly off. I'm not sure what the wood is. If anyone knows, let me know. I think it actually might be walnut, just judging by some of the interior, unfinished interior, if you can see. But I'm not sure. Here's a shot of the wood grain. If anybody that's better at wood IDing is out there, let me know. This is interesting, I thought. Now underneath, you can actually see where the factory just, you know, didn't screw or drill out the screw hole as best as they could. You can better see some of the splitting down here. It's not up there. You know, and this is just the raw wood without any poly on it, so it gives you a better sense of the grain patterning and everything. So that's the case. All the badging is missing on it, if you can see. So I think here's where it looked like a round edged badge used to live. You can kind of see the color difference. So I ordered some round edged badges to be in line. I can't find any LHC hitch wheels anywhere. So I think I might have to order some sort of white plastic and make another one with a router. Here's the inside of the electronics. You can just see it's all completely filthy. The cables are all filthy. The pots are filthy. So I'm gonna have to do some heavy cleaning with deoxit. But luckily all of the pieces are here. So if I do manufacture another one of these wheels, I should be able to drop it in here as a drop-in replacement. So I will try to do that. If there's interest, I might make some more for people. If y'all are interested in these white rounded edged or white square edged from the Nisonics era, or even some of the clear ones from the Moog era. Okay, and for reference, mine is a Moog Music era. You can see down here, this is pretty interesting. It looks like a mud dauber nest. So that's great. You can also see here the inspection tag, and actually in here a sign off 5674, 5774. So that's pretty neat. It's really cool to me to know exactly when this was made. Everything in here is original. So all the sealed pots, I'm sure, are filthy with all this dust. We'll see what I can do with them. I know on these switches I have some Deoxit brand trimmer grease and cleaner, as well as fader lube. All sorts I've ordered, pretty much their whole catalog. So I will try different things as test. You can see it has the original buffer board, which is cool. You know, the wiring is original. It's all zip tied and everything, but some of it's broken. Some of the solder joints are broken. I have whatever the hell happened here on this fuse. I ordered all new fuses and fuse stands or stems, whatever they call these. So I'll replace it. But I'm hoping there's not too much corrosion from that. The power supply looks okay, but like I said, stuff is just like, this is the headphone jack. There's just wires that are bare, unattached. Same with the power cable. Stuff looks really roached. So, and the lamp, if you can see, there's something that leaked out or some sort of oxidation. So I'm hoping I can clean that. Same thing happened up here. I don't know if you can see all of that. It looks awful. This is the voltage selector switch, the 115 to 130. I can't find another one of these. Everything I've seen is 120 to 140, or 240, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it was originally 115 to 230, and everything I've found is 120 to 240. I don't know if that matters. I assume it does. So I might actually try to take this out, desolder it, and then soak it in some sort of cleaner to see if I can't get the oxidation off. I'm gonna move this over. The card stands seem to be okay, albeit very dirty, so I'm gonna get some denatured alcohol and clean these out. I do want to be really careful to preserve all of these markings. I think that's very neat. I got all new electrolytic capacitors to replace everything on all of the boards, so these will also be replaced here. But as you can see, generally it looks okay. Hopefully I can bring this back. We will see. This is interesting, actually. This is the LHC connector and keyboard connector cables, but if you can tell in this lighting, they are just dim with dirt and grime. If you look inside, they're much brighter, so I'm hoping that I can clean the grime off and stuff kind of comes back. It's not necessary for working, but it's just kind of gross. I did try here at the very tip with some lighter fluid, and it's actually kind of coming back, so I think that'll be cleanable. These connectors all look okay. I'm gonna get in there with some compressed air and some denatured alcohol and make sure everything's nice and clean. If I flip this over very carefully to this front panel, top panel, sorry. You know, like I said, I got new fuses. The accessory ports seem fine. I got all new washers and nuts for all the input jacks. This one's from a small town near Shreveport, so it looked like it never left. So that sticker's kind of cool. I'll leave it there. Here's my serial number, 4647. I got some inspection tags, I guess. The S-Trig output also, or input, I'm sorry, also looks okay. I got some new clips here, these black clips that held on, allow you to screw the backing on. Got new ones, these are oxidized. I might try to put them in some rust cleaner and then re-blue them. I believe it's a bluing coating they have, and see if they look okay. If not, then I'll just replace them. Okay, we also have this trim piece. This is actually a different wood, it looks like, than the rest of the synthesizer. It looks like this might be oak. And the only reason I know that is we got a lot of oak stuff, and the grain pattern kind of looks like that. But again, if you guys know, let me know. I bought a replacement for this because it has a pretty aggressive crack here, and there's a divot. I think if I glue it and clamp it, it will still show a crack. So I got a replacement that looks very similar. It has the same rounding and everything. So I'll save this. I might try to glue it, and even if I don't use it, I'll just maintain it. Screws are all rusted. As you can see, a lot of corrosion on everything. I'm gonna try to clean them with a wire brush and some rust cleaner, and then blue them all so that they look nice. If not, I'll just buy some new ones. You can see that the top panel here is bubbled, obviously from probably being outside or from this lamp leak. You can actually see the rust there. I got a new lamp, so I'll replace this one. But this appears to be just a single sheet of plastic with a plastic coating, and it's been removed pretty well, actually. I think I could get these other parts off, but I actually ordered a new anodized aluminum front panel just to, make this look a little nicer. I might try to use a heat gun to flatten this out and then just store this for all of the original pieces. The power toggle is actually being pressed against by this, so I'm hoping that it moves. I don't know if you can tell, but it's really stuck. I think it might be pressed against by this. Here's some stems. I didn't realize there was plastic stems on the pots for volume and sustain. I'm actually missing the volume pot, and I bought a replacement, so this will be the only replacement, but it's a new old stock Bakelite pot, like all the others. Let me rotate this around actually so y'all can see the labeling. All right, there we go. I didn't realize this, but the switches look a lot different than a lot of the ones I've seen elsewhere. Sorry, just move this. That I've seen elsewhere, they're a lot less chicken heady. I don't know if that's original. If someone knows, let me know. But I've seen some of these where there's a little pointer on a cap like this. These don't appear to have it. They're neat though. All of the screws here, what do you call them? Set screws are rusted, so I'm gonna try to pull them out, use some rust converter, and then replace them. But if that doesn't work for some reason, or I have to drill them out, I bought a set of replacement set screws from Fender, which I think will fit, although these are flathead and the ones in here are hex. So I'd like to try to save the originals if I can. All the toggles seem to work. I'm gonna put some grease in here, deoxit fader grease, so it's the right lubricant for this. But I'm hoping that it makes it a little smoother, a little silkier. You can see a ton of UV damage. I'm gonna try with a very fine grit sandpaper, mask this off. We'll take this off, and then when it's the aluminum backing under here, mask it off so I don't damage it, and then just very lightly go over it. So we'll see. And then we got the overload lamp here, which I bought a replacement for. Might not need it, so probably shouldn't have, but it was pretty cheap, so I just went ahead and did it. Orange seems to be fine. Missing a lot of these inserts. I bought a whole new set as well. You can see on here how it's kind of bubbled. The chrome polish on the test knob that I did doesn't seem to take that off, so I might have to lightly sand with some steel wool or something just to smooth it out. Let's see. Yeah, and this was the test knob, and this is the one I said that was missing. A lot of rust on the inputs. Again, I got all new hardware for that. And yeah, and here's that label right side up, same serial number. I'd love to know, you know, what these initials are, who they were. If anyone knows, let me know. But that's really it. Oh, I had one question too before I start on this, but you know, I have these blocks. They seem to be the same wood. There's only 3 of them, and I assume they go somewhere in here, but I have absolutely no clue. So if anyone knows, let me know. Also, if anyone knows, I'll try to reverse engineer where all these screws go, but there's a lot of them in here. If anyone has any information or videos or photos of what screws go where, would love it. But yeah, that's gonna be the project. I'm gonna try to record probably the refinishing of this first, since I have a lot of parts on the way that aren't here. Or I guess second, and then I'll actually be cleaning up the keyboard first. You can see it's not very level there, but I'm gonna take everything apart, get all of the rust out, and then start to put it back together. I got some Deoxit Gold cleaner somewhere here. Let me see where it's at. Yeah, here we go. Deoxit Gold that I'll actually be using for the bus bars. And then when the parts, I'll take it all apart, clean it up, and when the parts come in, then I'll get the new key bushings on and start to put it back together. But we'll take that one apart first, and then I'll do this case second. I think I'm gonna take everything apart since it's already splitting. And then I'll take some Citri strip, remove all of the finishing on this, sand it down. There's some divots here and there, and if they don't sand out, then I'll put some filler in. I'm gonna stain this. I'm gonna try to keep it original. And then for the finish, I'm actually gonna do shellac and paste wax. I like the kind of matte finish that provides more. And I'm just not a big poly fan. You can see how it's kind of, it's not even alligatoring, but it's just not smooth. So I'd like to put a finer finish on this since it's such a nice instrument. Yeah, and then we'll go from there. And as stuff comes in, we'll start to move on to different things. So I'm gonna try to publish separate videos for each kind of focus area. Some of them might make, like I think this will probably take me multiple videos. A lot of work here. Same with the case. This might be a couple of videos, a few on the electronics and LHC, probably a couple on the keyboard, and then even just refinishing the back panel. I'll probably do 1 or 2 on, and then I'll have to manufacture a new back, so we'll do that in another video. And like I said, I'm going to try to use maple plywood. It's very dimensionally stable, and then I'll put on a few coats of black paint. I need to route the edges as well, because there's a kind of 45-degree slope like this, where it slopes up. So I'll try to recreate that as well, so it looks as correct as possible. And with that, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I think next up I'll try to start working on the keyboard.